Never, never, never die. 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 Never die.
All right. This is the Angry Dad. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And before we get into today's podcast, I'd like to thank my podcast sponsors, Everyday Fit Life, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days worth of help. Look, if you're trying to lean out and tone up the body, you're trying to lose weight and put on muscle, there's a lean body and a strong body. You can pick the programs that you want, and guess what? They work. All right. You can get 20% off with code AngryDad at checkout at Everyday Fit Life. Use the link in the notes. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. Also, too, Max Performance Peptides. Max Performance Peptides is a company where you can get GLP-1s for half off. I'm talking about retatrutide, trizepatide, Ozempic. You want to get BP157, and you want to get things that aren't going to break the bank. Well, guess what? Max Performance can help you, and you can get an additional 10% off with code AngryDad at checkout at Max Performance for you. That is Max Performance for you. Link is in the notes. Please check it out and use my code. You can get 10% off all that good stuff. Let's get into today's show. Look, failure is something that happens. Success is something that happens. But here's the thing. There's a path that can take you to both. And people are like, what do you mean can take you to both? Look, if you quit, you fail. You don't succeed. But if you never quit, you stay on the path to the success. You never quit. If you don't quit, if you don't give up on yourself, you will get to where you're going. You know, I've quit many times on myself. Many times. Hey, every one of my divorces, going through family problems, having fucking financial difficulties. There's many times where I just fucking fell on my ass and fucking quit. But something in me, you know, in those moments of desperation, in those moments of fucking like, you know, of clouds and fucking, you know, confusion, I really fucking thought about it. I contemplated everything going on in my life and why I keep failing. You know, but for some odd reason, I just would get back up and say, fuck it, I'm not quitting. And I'd start again. I'd start over and over again. You know, it took me a long time to get to my life now. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of trials and tribulations, but I've been through it. I've had a lot of scares. I've had a lot of falls, and I've hit rock bottom more than a few times because, you know, that's what life does to people when you let it. When you start letting the negativity crush you, when you start letting the world really like hit you, you know, and you don't fight back, it will fucking crush you. And it did to me. All right. But I just would hold on to a little bit of hope, a little bit of like, I can do this. I can get through this. A little fucking like, I'd have a little ray of sunshine coming through those fucking dark, stormy fucking clouds, what I called my life. And I just kept moving forward. I never really quit. I had moments and times that I did quit, but I would turn around and stop. I would fucking, you know, just reach my hand out and hoping and praying that someone would save me, help me, take care of all my issues and take care of my problems and fix those situations. You know, and that only person that was there to do that for me was me. You know, I've had plenty of help. I've had, you know, numerous people backing me up, believing in me. But I also had the biggest person holding me down was me, letting myself quit, letting myself give up. But it was also me helping me to fucking not quit, to survive, to push through, to persevere, to deal with these trials and tribulations that life gave me. You know, and like I said, I've, you know, divorce, lost my kids, got my kids, jobs, stress, money, no car, walking in the rain to work, fucking taking public transportation, having to get up at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning to get ready for a 6 o'clock day because I got to figure out how to get to work. I got to figure out how to get home. I got to figure out how to wash my clothes. I got to figure out how to fucking eat. I got to figure out how to pay the bills that I need to pay. I got to figure out how to take care of my family at a distance. I've been through all those things and it fucking sucks. And it's so much on you. All right. Because I've definitely had that. And it just fucking, I think on it and it's like, God fucking damn. But at the same fucking time, I see where I stand. And I realize, God fucking damn, I'm this fucking far. I pushed it this fucking hard. I've gotten to this distance because I never really quit. I constantly push forward. I constantly fucking move the needle. Believing in myself, understanding that shit happens, but at the same fucking time, dealing with it as it happens. It takes a certain amount of trust in yourself. And when that trust is not there, it fucking sucks. You don't know what to do. You're confused. You're lost. You're fucking feel alone. The world is crushing in on you. The pressure is there. But the thing is you have a little spark. You have a little bit of success. And you got to hold on to that success because that success, that little spark, that little thing that happened is that one step forward. That one step forward took you to where you need to go. It's getting you where you need to go. That's why you can't quit on yourself. That's why you got to understand shit happens and it's not just you, it's everybody. I use my examples all the fucking time because I'm trying to prove the fucking point that everything happens to everybody. You're not alone. You're not the only fucking person out here struggling. You're not the only person out here fucking worried about everything. You're not alone. And because you're not alone, you need to know that if someone else can get through it, you can too. It is not a hopeless dead end road. The path to success is there. You just can't see the fucking end yet. You know what the goal is. You see what's you don't see what's there, but you know it's there. And I'm trusting you to tell you it's there. What you want in your life, the goals that you want to reach are reachable. But the thing is you can't fucking understand or predict the path, the road, the way you go. You just got to trust in the process. You make a mistake, you make the wrong turn. Guess the fuck what? You loop back around, you get back on the path, you keep pushing forward. That is just it. All roads will lead to your goal. But the thing is sometimes it's a longer way than the other. Some people get there faster, some people get there slower, but guess the fuck what? They still get there. It took me a long time to get to where I wanted to be for my goal, to reach my finish line. And the way I reached it is I just kept moving. I just kept trusting myself. I just kept trusting what I thought. I kept trusting in me that I can do this, that I can be successful. And yes, I had my hiccups. Yes, I've had my stumbles and falls, but I dusted myself back off and got back up. And just understand I fucked up. Understand I accept this fuck up, but I don't let this happen again. I always recognize every time that I've made these mistakes, and I recognize them after the fact. Understand that you can't fucking recognize the shit that you're not supposed to do until after you fucking do it. It's not an excuse, but it's a lesson. And you have to learn that lesson as in, hey, I didn't like this. I don't want this to happen again. Recognize it a little faster next time. Because that's the fucking truth right there. That is the goddamn fucking truth right there. You can correct what you fucked up. And you can recognize it next time. Because that's part of the path. That's part of the journey. It's part of the success. You know what I'm saying? You got to get there in your own fucking way. I have had to learn every lesson the hard way. I'm thick-headed. I'm fucking stubborn. I'm stupid. I fucking, I'm that guy's guy. But I've grown from every one of those lessons and learned to fucking understand how I want to be, how I want to talk, how I want to communicate, and how I want others to be around me. What I'm willing to accept and what I'm willing to deal with and what I'm willing to forgive. And because I've done that, because I've had that, because I've been there, guess the fuck what? It's helped me on my path to guide myself in the direction I want to be in. Success is about never quitting on yourself. Success is about never quitting on your ideas. Success is about never quitting on your goals. Goals change, success ideas change, where you want to be changes. But at the end result, the goal is the goal. whether whether what you want it to be or not. You know what I'm saying? Success is understanding that you'll get there in your own fucking time. There's no fucking rush. The faster you rush it, the more shit will get crazy. But the thing is, take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. Break it down into smaller pieces, work on it, and all that good shit. Because, like I said, it took me a long time to get to where I want to be. It took me a long time to get my life how I wanted it to be. I've gone through all kinds of crazy things in my life, but at the same fucking time, I fucking made it. I feel I made it. In my life, what I'm saying? I've reached the goal that I wanted to reach, and everything's extra now. Because I'm happy, my family's happy, my wife's happy, I got 2 fucking dogs, I enjoy my fucking life, and it's a pleasure to wake up every day. You know what I'm saying? That's my fucking goal. That's my fucking happiness. That's my marker of success for me. And I want you guys to know that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's level is different, everyone's things are different, but at the same fucking time, if I gave up on myself, I'd still be exactly where I was then. I never quit, and I never will quit, because I feel that I can get more, I can do more, I can be more. And I enjoy the adventures that I'm on now. So I'm trying to tell you guys the exact same fucking thing. Understand. Never quit. You might want to. You might even quit. But dust yourself off. Keep fucking moving. And success is around the fucking corner. So guess the fuck what? Does that your motherfucking dad? You want to watch my shit? YouTube? You want us to a Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Tab. All of them I fucking completely ruined the fucking ending. But at the same fucking time, I'm part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network, group of powerful podcasters out there sharing their shit. That is innercirclepn.com. We'll take you to every one of our websites, every one of our shows, so make sure you check it the fuck out. Because we have shows as The Plunge, Failing Hollywood, Simmons and More, The Untrained Eye, The Hood Diner, Shit Happens When You Party Naked. So make sure you check it the fuck out. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Always living, always living, always living, always living, always living, always living.